Welcome back everyone, it's me Maximus, hope you're having a wonderful day. We're looking at some more rocket artillery today. Now we are looking at the SVLR M92 Vulcan from Croatia. Now it's really hard to find information specifically on the Croatian upgrade of the M77 Oganj, which is, I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly because it's really hard to try and find translation for that word, but the M77 is a 128mm multiple launch rocket system, of which Croatia upgraded to a 122mm M92 Vulcan, and you're seeing the footage here, but to get to where we are with this system, we do need to talk about its predecessor, which is the M77. Now, the M77 has been around for quite some time. It began in 1968, and the first prototypes were shown on the military parade in 1975. The production began in 1980, though. The system is mounted on an FAP 2026 6x6 configuration truck, with the triggering system activated 50 meters from the tube pressurization system itself. It possesses 32 tubes and can be expanded to further more tubes, and reserve loading of an automatic charger of another 32 missiles, which allows it to actually change over its platform of firepower very, very quickly. The M77 missile is a standard explosive warhead missile, weighing 67.10 kilograms, with a 19.53 kilogram warhead consisting of explosive TNT, aluminum or aluminium powder, and hexogen. In the M77 missile warhead are 2,562 103 gram weight steel balls and 430 443 gram weight steel balls also, turning these missiles into gigantic flying claymores. The missile speed is 750 meters a second. 32 missiles are covering a complete area of 167 by 213 meters squared. The new M91 missile is a cluster-type warhead consisting of 48 smaller bomblets with cumulative and fragmental action. The second type of cluster warhead consists of 4 anti-tank mines. The M77 MLRS was used for the civil war in Yugoslavia, proving its firepower and thrust of the particular missile systems. Development of the M77 128mm 32-round system was developed in the early 1970s to meet the operational requirements of the former Yugoslav Army. It is normally found, though, in batteries of 6 launchers, performing its duties with its own command post. It performs a similar role of the former Czech 122mm RM70 40-round MLRS. It does not, however, have an armoured cab or excellent cross-country performance of the Czech vehicle, which is based on the Tatra 813 8x8 truck chassis, which really compromises this vehicle's capability of firing multiple salvos in rough terrain. The launcher itself can fire the 128mm caliber, 2.6 meter long unguided solid propellant rocket up to a maximum range of 20,600 meters. The rockets are either launched singly or in a ripple salvo, the latter taking a total of 25.6 seconds. The rockets can be launched either by manual, semi-automatic or fully automatic control with an optimal 25 meter off-vehicle remote control box cable system that you're seeing in the small bunkers behind the vehicles in this footage right now. There are 32 rockets to the rear cab, which are raised up in line with the launcher using its own hydraulic system, and the sighting system is placed alongside the rockets themselves. The reloading system goes back onto the floor of the truck, and the launcher is traversed forwards ready for firing again. Complete reloading sequence takes around 2 minutes, with a second salvo capable of launch within 5 minutes of the first. Reloading can also be performed manually. When travelling, the launcher is lowered, and the launcher and the reloading pack are covered by a tarpaulin that is folded up under the rear of the firing position. The time required to occupy or leave a firing position is less than about 20 seconds, which is good because you want these things to be able to move very quickly once they launch. The time required to occupy or leave a firing position is roughly around 20 seconds, which is the time taken for occupying position, firing both rocket loads, and leaving between about 4 to 5 minutes in total. It is believed that the original FAP 2220 BDS 6x4 chassis was used for earlier production vehicles, as it was not suitable for travelling across rough country because of its low ground clearance. So, the chassis was changed to the FAP 2020 BS 6x6 cross-country trucks. These vehicles have large tyres with single rather than dual rear wheels and are fitted with a central tyre pressure regulation system that allows the driver to adjust the ground pressure to suit the type of ground being crossed. The Croatian military has taken on this weapons platform wholeheartedly. The Croatian company of RH Alan has marketed a very similar system to the M77, but based on a more mobile Tatra 8x8 chassis called the 122mm 32-round M96 Typhoon. In addition to having a greater mobility, it has the added advantage of firing the more widely used Russian family of 122mm unguided rocket artillery. As far as it's known, the Croatian system has not really been exported. The SVLR M92 Vulcan is really not much difference to the M77, with the 122mm rocket being standard. Most of these salvo batteries work together in groups of 4 instead of 6, and still have the same range and capability of which the M77 does. So just a short and sharp one for you today, folks. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about these MLRS systems. Very quick and easy system to use for the most part, not very complex, hand-loaded or modular in terms of its reloading, which is really the key part when operating these kinds of weapon systems, is being able to fire quickly as many salvo rounds as you can, and then scooting off to your next location. One of its detrimental aspects, I think, would definitely be it being a vehicle with wheels. It's not that good at off-road, and we can see that they've tried upgrading it into the 8x8 from 6x6 configurations and trying to get a little bit better off-roading, because you do not want these vehicles getting stuck in a field somewhere as they're about to fire and then push out of the location, because counter-battery artillery fire nowadays, especially with rocket artillery, is insane. Normally, just the smoke screen left behind from rockets is enough to know where they're coming from, unlike a projectile from an artillery piece like a howitzer, where you fire it and you're really looking for only the projectile. When you put a salvo of 6 or 4 of these things together and fire that many rockets, 32 of them of that size, you pretty much know exactly where they're coming from and can counter-fire to that very quickly. So you don't want vehicles getting stuck in the mud. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave me a like if you did enjoy and hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of any upcoming videos, hit the little bell by the subscribe button. And make sure you check out my Discord channel if you want to come hang out or just have a chat with me. And if you do want to support my channel, you're more than welcome to go check out my Patreon page. Appreciate you stopping by today. All the best. Bye-bye.